Hey y'all, Squirrel here with the Pomegranate Grove deck of the week. And this month I'll be doing something to commemorate Halloween. I am doing Twisted Tales of Tarot. For those of you who have never heard of or seen this deck, it's a fabulous little indie deck that came out, I think, in 2014, and it was one that I bought as off of the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo. It was on Indiegogo, and I was a bad girl. I buy decks for my husband when I really want them, but I know he'll like them too, and that way I don't get in trouble for buying decks. I'm busted. But this one was so perfect for him. It embodies the magazines and the comic books that used to come out that were precursors to the Tales of the Crypt. So it's a very dark deck. It's a very funny deck. I find a lot of humor in it. I've never read with it. It is an art deck because I did buy it for my husband. It wouldn't be right for me to read with it, so I do not know how it reads. It didn't come boxed. This one, because it was straight from the Indiegogo, this one was cellophane wrapped or bubble wrapped. So the cardstock, I think it's really good. I mean, I'm pushing pretty hard here. He's used it, and we go through it and look at it a lot, and it holds up really well. I'm pretty pleased with it. But without further ado, I'm going to start with the minor arcana and work my way up to the major arcana. These things are so freaking cool. So the very first card is the Ace of Wands. They're not, let me blind you. I got to hold them at the right angle. This deck is not exactly Rider-Waite based. He took a lot of liberty with the art, but with what he was doing, I don't have a problem with that. I think they would read really well. You would just have to know this particular deck. It's a lot of fun. But in this one, he has one of those green witches with her broom and the cat going, oh, hell. So this Ace of Wands would seem like trouble's coming to me. I do like it. However, he's got a second Ace of Wands, which is and I have to tell you, throughout the deck, there are actually several cards that you can choose from. Aces, a lot of the major arcana. You don't just have one card. And what you could do with this is you could either take out all the cards that you choose not to keep into the deck, just choose one. Or in my case, I would read with all the cards in this deck if I could shuffle them. They're really big. Um, and I would go by the image on the card and which card came up as to what answer it was. So technically in that case, it wouldn't be tarot because it would be much, much more than 78 cards, but you have the option to pick and choose. And this page of wands is absolutely amazing because it shows the bravery. This is much more Rider-Waite based to me because even though he's terrified, he is taking action. He is doing something. He's going into that basement knowing there's something in there. So I I wouldn't I wouldn't be behind him, not to save my life. Then we have the Two of Wands. It looks like the Z of Wands. And there are two of Wands in this deck too. And in this one, I just love it. It's like he was out there exploring and the wildlife said, oh, wait a minute. Could be a precursor to Planet of the Apes. But that ape is taking his stuff and doing his own thing with them. So another take action card. And the other Two of Wands. This is, I don't even know. I love this card. I want to be this Two of Wands. That is one badass grandma. she she's got her shotgun and her ammo, and she is just taking all the zombies on. She don't even look scared. She's got a plan, and she's gonna follow through on it. So that is just an epic, epic, epic card. like I said, not necessarily Rider-Waite based, but it is a really cool deck in and of itself. Let's see if I can get this up there. This Three of Wands, this poor guy. He just he knows they're gonna look at that. Look at that rat, especially this one. That's the terrifying in their red eyes, and they're getting on top of each other and really going in and making sure that they're gonna get him and nothing he can do. It's worse than the Three Little Pigs to me. There's nothing he can do to keep those rats out. So that's plan go wrong. Let's see. The Four of Wands. Oh my gracious. Very Rider-Waite feel, but I love, love, love the death in this card. That even after death there is happiness, there is joy, there is celebration. Something about this card just hits me where I live. But sorry. That that is a beautiful card to me. Let's see. We got the Five of Wands. And this really does embody the Rider-Waite chaos. And who expects giant ants to come in? But they're fighting. They're fighting. I don't know if the ants are winning, but the people are fighting back with whatever they've got on hand. So I don't know. I do not know if an ant that big came into my face if I'd be standing there. I probably wouldn't be able to outrun it either, though, so I'd probably have to fight, huh? Here we have the Six of Wands, again on the horse and the celebration and the parade. But he seems to be more part of the crowd. He seems to be not risen above him because of anything he's done. He seems to be more a part of the celebration instead of the center of the celebration. So I like that. I like the little puppets. I want to say Cinco de Mayo, but I know that's the absolute wrong. Here's the Seven of Wands. Well, he's definitely got the high ground there. Is that a werewolf? I think that's a werewolf. So he's got the high ground and they are actually attacking him in this. Yeah, it's a werewolf. So the werewolf is winning. They actually have him surrounded, but he doesn't look like he's going to lose. The Eight of Wands. How cool is that? I know with the Eight of Wands and the Rider-Waite, for some reason I equate that to technology and to the internet. And I think that this actually gets that technology perfect. What does his shirt say? Dark matter. His shirt says dark matter. He looks like the type of guy who's out there just trying to find UFOs. So again, this is based on a lot of the early stories and a lot of the early comic books. It is called Twisted Tarot Tales, um, or yeah, Twisted Tarot Tales. For some reason, I'm always calling it Twisted Tales of Terror. I think that's one of the comic books that it came from. So here we have the Nine of Wands, and this is one of the cases where you have two of the same card. But this one, I love the way it tells a story. You've got your lumberjack, and he sees those faces on those trees, but he's like, nah, I'm not worried. I got this. And then in the next card, he's like, oh shit. So, yeah, because they're come to life and they're attacking him. I don't know why, but that cracks me up. Um, I can't help it. It just, I have a twisted sense of humor. And to me, having both of those cards present just really brings this home. It's really neat. So let's see, our Ten of Wands. Oh, damn. Um, totally cracks me up. That is definitely a bit of a Rider-Waite feel in there when you get that overburdened. I don't think you can get more burdened than a couple of ton bear on your door in your house. Um, don't see any way out for him unless he can scooch a little bit deeper into the door. Then he'd just be squished. So this actually has a little bit more of a Ten of Swords field. Like, you're screwed, dude. There's no way out of this. Play dead. Play dead. That doesn't work. I've heard that doesn't work. So then we have the Page of Wands, and I really like this. This is all about wishes. This would seem very much like a Nine of Cups traditional meaning, where this is the wish card. But I also think with genies, you always have to be careful what you wish for and how you wish for it, because they're little tricky beasts. They sure are. Let's see. This Knight of Wands. I think I've been saying Pentacles. Oh, dang. But this Knight of Wands, the knight is the little guy up on top of the bumblebee. And then there's this really wicked looking cat trying to get him. Uh, the cat really looks distressed and really mad, but the knight himself, his body language is like, I got this. I know you're dangerous, but I'm going to win. So hopefully he doesn't sacrifice his steed to do so, because then he'd really not be able to go anywhere. The Queen of Wands. Wow, that's Medusa. Look at her head. She has a head full of snakes. A lot of the cards in this deck, a lot of the characters are monsters from mythology, monsters from old movies and comic books and stories. So you'll see a lot of this through there. But that is definitely Medusa. And Medusa, um, she's got a bad rap. Wasn't her fault she turned men to stone, but she was badass, so she suits with the Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands. That's a story I don't know. I would really like to find that book, because he did print a book with the whole thing explaining why he made the deck and what he was thinking while he made the deck. I believe that's available on his website, and I will put that website in the write up so that you can find this deck if you want it. It's still up on the website. You just have to find it at his site. I'll put it up on the boing that comes across on the screen, and I'll put it down in the thing. But this one, they look like gypsies to me. They do look like gypsies, but I'm thinking that it has that Aztec or Mexican background, and there's a story here. I don't know. So we all know now I have to go find it. If you know what that is, give me a holler and let me know, then I won't have to search so far. So that's the wands, and as you can see, as we go through the deck even deeper, you will see the sense of humor and the bit of darkness that this deck has. I really don't know if I could read with it, but as a deck, I freaking love it, and I'm really, really glad that my husband let me buy it for him. And he played along with me that I bought it for him. So here's the Ace of Pentacles, one of them. This is pure cross my palm with silver. Pure gypsy. I love it. I think it suits for the Ace of Pentacles. And looky, looky, looky. Those are Rider Waite cards on her table. There's the moon, there's strength, and there's the fool. Rider Waite cards. I love this. The guy knows his tarot. He knows his tarot. So he just chose for some of them to make them mean something else. And that's okay, as long as you know your deck and you're not trying to read Rider Waite with twisted tarot tales. Now, here is the other Ace of Pentacles. Man, that one, that pirate went after that treasure even after death. That's tenacity. That's whew, stubbornness. It being earth based, reliability, tenacity, and stubbornness are part of earth energy. So I really like that for that. This two of coins. This wait, I'm laughing too hard. Check it out. Ninja Kitty for the win. And look at it, look at that cat's mouth. That cat's been eaten on he just tore that ninja up in his own dojo. Stole his tie, stole his watch, gonna take his shoe. He's like, I'm the winner here. So totally different than any two of coins that I've ever seen, but it cracks me up. This is mine. This is mine. Uh, this one has two Three of Pentacles. This one is so cute. And this is the team that put together this deck. And it says Snot Nose Brats Club. And it's the artists and the producers and all the people that actually pro promoted this. Like he's got the twisted tarot tails on his shirt. It's really, really cute. And I like this because it does kind of correlate to the mastery traditional meaning of the Three of Coins. Um, because they felt like they mastered this. They not only dreamed this up, but they actually made it happen. And I love, love, love that they used their team for that. Then the second one, this other Three of Pentacles. Mm. So again, with the mastery, I'm possibly, it could be that this demon is torturing him, some figment of his imagination that he's trying to conquer by drawing it. Or, or even cooler, it could be that he's drawing it from his imagination, and as he's drawing it, he's actually creating it into his reality. This card makes me think. And then here up here, you've got that Five of Wands. So we're seeing that's already happened, dude. So what's he thinking? But there are a lot of times where our nightmares or our demons that we carry around with us and our sorrow is in our imagination, and we act out to make it real. So this card just blows me away. I think it's phenomenal. I just love it. Four of Pentacles. Man, okay, yes, he is so like the Rider-Waite. He is, because you got the Rider-Waite where he's got his feet on the coins and he's got the coin in a death grip on his chest, and then he's got one on his crown. But this is a leprechaun gonna knock you on the head if you try to take his coins. You're not even supposed to find him. So he is like that particular leprechaun, and leprechauns in general are the epitome of the Four of Pentacles. So good job, dude. And if you ever saw the movie Leprechauns, they're scary. All right, this Five of Coins. Check it out. Oh, dang. I'm sorry, this is one that makes me laugh because you're not worried about whether they're going into the church or coming out of the church. They were part of the church and caught up in the zombie apocalypse. That's the new word. The zombie apocalypse, and they're embracing their zombiness. I love that. It's one of the ones that makes me laugh. Six of Pentacles. Another genie. Another genie, and all the things that this guy could wish for. But it seems like there's other ghosts in that background too. Oh, yeah. They're like breathing in his essence. That's really creepy. I was like, be careful of what you take from whom. And I know like genies are closely tied to fairies in some instances, and I'm wondering, somebody has to tell me this because I know a lot of fairy lore, and I know that if you eat food that the fae have offered you, you're pretty screwed. You're stuck with them for a very long time. Is that the same thing with genies or genuses? Let me know. That is one creepy, scary card. Like I said, these are dark. These are dark. Huh. Seven of Pentacles. Totally different feel. This guy's got everybody's money. He ain't working for somebody else. I think he's death. Um, a lot of cultures, like I know that the Irish culture, um, at least in my line of people, we put the pennies on the eyes or the copper on the eyes so they can pay the ferryman. Um, but I don't ever leave the house without my 2 pennies so that in case I have to, I know there's no ferryman, but I gotta have my 2 pennies just in case. And I know there's other cultures that they put the coins in the mouth to pay the ferryman. So he's not death, he's the ferryman. And everybody pays the ferryman. Everybody. Totally different feel. Let's see. The Eight of Pentacles. If that don't have you ever see the movie The Thing? That has a very thing feel to it. They were out in the Antarctic, and they dug up this thing that they really shouldn't have dug up. So this may hey, look, there's even the little dog. There was a dog in the thing. So I'm thinking this was probably going to lead to way bigger problems than they have in that code. And I think this one speaks about not messing with what you don't know. You know, if you're working on something, you better know what the hell you're working on before you release it. Kind of like Pandora's box. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite. You got this beautiful woman dressed really well and she's all calm, and I'm thinking it's the monster that's the Nine of Pentacles, because that poor little guy getting eaten doesn't have anything to do with the Nine of Pentacles. It's this is the Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour. And she's got all them little mouths to feed. So yeah. Is she a Venus flytrap? Or in this case, a Venus human trap? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that she's the Nine of Coins, because he's just messed up. the the 10 of Coins. Ten of Coins is traditionally a legacy card. And this really speaks to legacy with the way things are going. I think this card is beautiful and sad and hopeful at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but they all have their little gas masks on, including whatever kind of critter that is. I believe it once was a dog or would have been a dog, but mutation has happened. And they're living in the legacy that was left to them from past generations. I I find that to be a horribly sad card and one of the most important ones in this deck to me. So, Page of Pentacles. I don't know who he is. I think that orb is some kind of psionic orb. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I think it has something to do with telekinesis. And he is pretty scary. He actually looks like he's going to mess somebody up. He's definitely focused. He has the focus of the Page of Pentacles from the Rider-Waite, but he's not real calm. Let's see. The Knight of Pentacles. That's just, oh my gosh. I would cry if that was in my ice cream truck too. It's like, oh, and that night, the boy with the coin, he's not scared. He's going right in, and he's staying there till he gets his ice cream. That cracks me up. Another Knight of Pentacles. Dang. Dang. And that speaks to the movement in the Rider-Waite. He's not going anywhere. He is stuck there. And all those horrors around him. The pig, I think the pig is going to just run away. But the corn that he's supposed to be protecting turning on him. And you can see he's scared. This deck is insane. I love it. I love it. Honestly, again, I don't know how I'd read with it, but I don't think I would be able to read with it because it's just so dark and twisted. But that's part of the draw of it for me as an art deck. I bet my husband could read with this. Queen of Pentacles, one of them giant women. She like, yeah, shoot your cannon at me. You ain't gonna hurt me at all. Why does she make me think of tomatoes? I don't know. The King of Pentacles. It's a snake oil salesman. Ah, see, it's very dark. It's like he's going to these towns, these western towns, and selling miracles that don't exist. Interesting. All right, we got the Ace of Swords, and it's a man with a scalpel, a bloody scalpel at that, which, wow. Like, yeah, he's gonna win. You can barely see the man. He's out of focus. But the hand, the blood, and the scalpel are all in focus. And I'm not going to even pretend to know what some of these mean, okay? So, and this is the other Ace of Pentacles. Wow. As you were, Ace of Swords. This is the other Ace of Swords. Wow. You see the chalk line? He's dead. And I think it was the violence that occurred. Look, he's still got, is that a smile on his face? Not necessarily a smile, but it doesn't look as if he really had a chance to put up a struggle. Still got his hand on his briefcase. He doesn't look horrified. He never had a chance. He never saw it coming. An Ace of Swords can be like that. Two of Swords. It's a sword swallower. A very sexy female sword swallower in a bikini. So her name is Serena. I I can't say that. I think a whole lot of guys would want to date her. So, but why a sword swallower? I really want to know that. And I have been trying to get a hold of the artist to say, hey, you know what's going on here on some of these cards, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So he probably just thinks I'm wackadoodle and is not going to have anything to do with me. But that's okay because I still love his deck. Our Three of Swords. You know, the Rider-Waite, it's got the heart and the three swords through it. And it looks like heartache that has been caused to you just by a voodoo doll. We take care of it. Holy crows. I like this rendition. It's not something I would do every day. But I like his take on the Three of Swords. The Four of Swords. Check it out. I'm pretty sure the guy is dead, but the aliens are doing an autopsy on him. They're seeing what he's made of. That's just terrifying. Ooh. The Five of Swords. They're just walking right into those pirate ghosts. They don't even see them. They're just going to walk right into it. Do not even see the danger because they're so enraptured with each other. Hopefully, we don't know at this point, but hopefully those ghosts are incorporeal and they will just walk right through them, but they look like they're going to cause some trouble to me. The Six of Swords. We've got the boat and we've got the swords and we got somebody at the bottom of the boat, but look who they're leaving behind. How they're leaving him behind. I'm sorry, but I'd be in the boat if I were able to. I'd feel bad, but see you, Dad. The Seven of Swords. So the police officer in this case is a zombie. It's a zombie. And all the swords are around the thief's waist. But in this case, zombies eat brains. They don't eat fruit. So he's just surviving and got all these zombies coming after him. He was not as sneaky as he thought he was going to be. Eight of Swords. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Definitely trapped. He's in a spider web. Very, very Thelema-like. The Thelema deck, where you've got the actually death has all those spider webs and the people stuck in the spider webs behind him and all that. It really makes me think of that Thelema death. And it's that's an Eight of Swords that I would not want to see come up on anybody's reading. I wouldn't say you're going to get the marrow sucked out of you by a spider. I'm not that literal. Excuse me. It's really late and I'm being a goob, but I can't help it. That's part of who I am. So we got the Nine of Swords. And I love this. He's in his bed and he's got all the swords below him, and you can see what he's afraid of, the shadows. And until he comes out of that bed and checks, those shadows are going to be tormenting him for the rest of the night. And look. Mogwai, Mogwai. We got a little pre-gremlin baby over here as a stuffed animal. It's got serious tons of little Easter eggs in this deck. It is just fantastic. It's fun and it's it's funny. Oh, ooh, this Ten of Swords. This is kind of brutal. Ow, ow. I wonder how many times in life that's actually happened, or if those are. And he caught her right in the throat. I, I think the Ten of Swords is worse for him because he's got to survive that and have the guilt for it for the rest of her life. She's just gone. But damn, that's a brutal Ten of Swords. That's probably one of the more brutal ones I've seen. And we are getting to the end here of the minors. Here we have one of the pages of swords. And just this cute little critter, little alien, I'm thinking, that looks so innocent and sweet. And he's got a little scalpel in his hand. And then, little innocent, he walked right in there, everybody going, oh, how cute. Uh-huh. So I don't know how I feel about that, but it does make me laugh. I like the cards that he gave to us that have progression stories like the Nine of Wands and then this Page of Cups where you can see both of them. The Knight of Swords, It's Gemini. That's the Gemini symbol in there. It's almost a Jekyll and Hyde thing. Yeah, you got this perfectly, well, creepy smile, but normal looking person, and this is his shadow side. So, very, very Gemini card. Very cool. Don't know how I'd read that. Don't know. Queen of Swords. Oh my gosh. Not sure who she is. I'm not familiar with this particular character, but if I were to run into her in the street, the flight would kick in. I wouldn't even say, "Hey, how you doing?" or see if she's okay. I'd just start running. She Her expression, she's no emotion, none. Just okay, I'm gonna kill you now. She is a badass. King of Swords. Another kind of Jekyll and Hyde like thing, only both are Jekyll. And this to me, look, there's both of them. I'm going to hold them up next to each other. This makes me think that, how do I say this? A lot of times when we can't see what's frightening us, we're often more afraid. Our imagination kicks in, and our imagination can build something much more terrifying than what we're afraid of. Like the monster under the bed that we never see, but or the shadows in the closet, and our imagination takes over. And in this one, his face is shadowed, and he is terrifying. But in this one, I find the unshadowed face that we can see even more terrifying. This is saying that what is in your imagination, the reality is worse. And that scares the crap out of me. I I really like these two cards, and I am hoping that I never ever find out that something that I'm frightened of in my imagination is worse in reality. Just, I love this deck because it makes me think. A lot of decks you can just look at and say, "Oh, this one, every single card makes me think." And I'm not going to tell you every thought that goes through my head because we'd be here for a day or two, and we don't want that. So, Ace of Cups. This is the first one. Uh, uh, okay. It's a skull, and it's filled with blood, and that kind of creeps me out. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know how I'd read that. And then the second Ace of Cups, this is my favorite one. You got a kid watching TV. How very poltergeist, yes. And drop the popcorn. And look, okay, I just realized this one has popcorn in her hand. Let me make sure that's popcorn, not soda. Okay, that's soda. So that is her popcorn. And then this hand reaches out. Can I have some popcorn too? It's like, don't know what that has to do with Ace of Cups. Don't know how I'd read this one, but what an epic card. um, Two of Cups. I love this one. I love this one. He's, well, obviously a ghost. We don't see him with her, but in the mirror, we see he's always with her. I love that. I love that. I love that. And then the second Two of Cups, you're like, oh, no, 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 get away from me. And that is, oh my gosh, beautiful tea ceremony. She's got him in her home, but once he sees her true identity, he's like, "Oh, no, thank you. I'm gonna leave now." So, two totally different takes on the Two of Cups. And I love that I got all of the cards. In fact, I got some extra cards I can't wait to show you that that aren't part of the deck, but they were just extra cards that he was playing around with, and they were part of the package. They're gorgeous. We got the Three of Cups here. She's having her gorgeous little tea party with her Chucky doll. And those of you not familiar with Chucky, Chucky is terrifying. There are like 7 Chucky movies, and it's about this little doll that goes around killing people. But if other than that, this actually looks like a sweet, nice tea party. And then we have the Four of Cups. I love this. Um, it's obviously on a reservation, and it is Native American man drinking, and he's mired in his sorrows. But behind him, what he's ignoring is his ancestor coming with fresh water, a fresh drink, saying, there's more to this. There's more than this to life. But he's ignoring him. I I find that to be absolutely heartbreaking and absolutely beautiful, and one of the more profound Four of Cups that I've ever seen. Just some of these, like I said, they're dark, and some of them are very twistedly humorous, but some of them just hit you in a place like, wow, they're deep. They're deep. This Five of Cups, poor Frankenstein's monster. That's so sad to me. And it's very fitting because he has that humanity to him. He's seen as the monster when it was the creator that was the monster. But those 2 cups, instead of being behind him, are actually in front of him, but he'll never really be able to drink from them. I just see deep. Wow, this is beautiful. And sad, sad, sad. The 6 of Cups. I freaking the looks on their faces, and that they chose to go on that terrifying ride. And even though they were terrified, they were having a blast. Unless there were real ghosties in there, which with this deck you never really know. It's like, but definitely with the children there, it shows that nostalgia that is traditional to the Rider Waite. It just has a different slant on it. It doesn't have that kindness, that generosity. The 7 of Cups. Okay, this is so cool because she's looking in her fridge and she's got all these options in front of her and she's not able to choose. And then she sees that it's ears and eyeballs and innards, and she's horrified. But look behind her. Look behind. This is terrifying. What? I'm sorry. It's not funny, but it's funny to me. Can you imagine opening your refrigerator or your friend's refrigerator and seeing this and then turning around and it's like psycho. So the 8 of Cups. This is one of them. I'd be so out of there so fast. Um, this is definitely one where it doesn't look like he has much of a way to escape or leave. But if he's got any sense, he's going to turn the other way and run. And then the other 8 of Cups. Oof, oof, and oof. I don't know if you can. There he is. There he is. So this is a gunslinger card. There seem to be a lot of Wild West gunslinger cards in here. And everybody at the poker table has been shot dead. And by the door, and you can see that he's a ghost. A ghost was the one who shot them all and walked away. Now, is this getting revenge? Is this letting go of the past? Is he the one that got shot dead at the table and he won't let go of it? And he's finally able to walk away? I don't know. I don't know. But it's food for thought. And the Nine of Cups. Huh. How very, very different. That's the witch fattening up Hansel and Gretel so she can cook them. So it's kind of like a wish card in the traditional sense where they're getting everything they want, but she is manipulating them so that she'll get everything she wants. She's fattening them up. She's going to eat those children. Terrifying. Like the 10 of Cups, this one is absolutely adorable. It's a little girl with her dollhouse, and all the people in her dollhouse are alive and doing stuff, and she is freaking the heck out. Um, as she should be, right? But it's about the people in the house coming to life. And it's actually her imagination bringing them to life. So she created that. Very cool. Oh, look, 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 look. The woman in this bed, she's like floating like she's possessed. So I'm thinking it's a haunted house, which is why she's freaking out so hard. Super cool. Page of Cups. He does have a fish. He does have a fish. But I think he's going to eat it. I don't know what monster that is. I bet some of you do. Tell me what he is. But that particular creature is going to eat that fish, not communicate with that fish. So this Page of Cups, not my favorite, not even in the ballpark, but I do find it cute and funny. The Knight of Cups, I really like. This has a Page of Cup feel to me. It's a kitty cat, and the fish is coming right up to the glass to kiss the kitty cat. So I love that. If he had made that the Page of Cups, this probably would have been one of my favorite, but this is the Knight. The Queen of Cups. Again with the pollution and the legacy behind, and she is mad. She is angry. All she's got left is this tiny little rock that she can climb on. Look at this frog, has the three eyes, possibly more on the other side. um the turtle has two heads, a head on its tail and a head on its face. The mutations. This Queen of Cups is angry, and it's mainly the court cards that give the darkness to this deck. And this King of Cups, this sad. He's just distressed. He's given up again with the pollution and the garbage, and his whole island is contaminated. He's been mutated himself, and he has no fight left. To me, that's super, super sad. Those seagulls are silly. They're going to eat the stuff on that island. Um, but seagulls will eat anything. But it looks like the only thing that has escaped the contamination are the creatures of the air. All right, that is all of the minor arcana. So I'm going to end it here, and then I am going to do the major arcana for you because we don't want a 2-hour long video. So part 2 will be coming up. I hope you enjoyed part 1, and I can't wait to show you the major arcana and the extra cards. There are 5 extra cards that he added into the deck as thank yous for the Kickstarter people. I think that they're still available on his site, But there's one in particular that makes this one of my favorite art decks, and hopefully you'll get a kick out of it. I'll see you in just a little while.